Hello, America. As the original superhero, I assure you that you are in safe hands with us. I'm Soldier Boy, and I approve this message.
God bless you, Soldier Boy. Now look, there's been a little drama around Vought of late, but I want to reassure you here and now, superheroes are still the good guys.
Welcome back, everyone. This is going to be my brand new video for The Boys Season 3 first look. They just dropped Jensen Ackles' first look as Soldier Boy, and I'll explain what's going on with his character. He's obviously going to be like the new, really big character they're introducing, like Stormfront was the brand new character during Season 2. So if you're brand new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get all the videos. The showrunner has already revealed some of what's going on with the episodes right now, like he's been posting a lot of his own reactions in the edit bay because they've been filming for a while now, and Jensen Ackles has been on set posting a bunch of behind the scenes. Like you can see him trying to get ripped, like slowly working out. Obviously they use a lot of muscle suits and there's a lot of padding, and in his full-blown costume here, you can see they're going for a very Captain America vibe because Soldier Boy is basically the boys' version of Marvel's Captain America, or the Avengers Captain America, however you want to think about him. Even though usually when you think of the boys, you think mostly of DC Comics because the Seven is sort of their version of the Justice League, but the boys is satire and parody of a lot of Marvel characters as well with a lot of their other teams, particularly the Payback team, which is a big reference to Marvel's Avengers, like the Revengers. So I will explain some of the changes that they're making to Soldier Boy and the Payback team during The Boys Season 3 from the comics, because it will be a slightly different version. If you have no idea what's going on, Jensen Ackles just finished Supernatural. They just ended that show, and his first big role after that is The Boys Season 3, because the showrunner of The Boys TV series, Eric Kripke, was also one of the creators on Supernatural, so there've already been a bunch of Supernatural actors that have shown up on The Boys before. Like Bobby Singer was a big character, and I think his character's name was also the same as his character's name on Supernatural, and they've been talking about bringing Jeffrey Dean Morgan on the TV show as a new character during a future season as well. I don't know if Jeffrey Dean Morgan is going to make it into Season 3, but maybe Season 4. So obviously the intro there is Jensen Ackles doing his best impression of Captain America Soldier Boy. Like he's portrayed by Vought as this very goody two-shoes Captain America type character, big Boy Scout. But in the comics, Soldier Boy is actually two different characters. So originally there was a Soldier Boy that had the traditional Captain America origin story from the Marvel Universe. So in the world of the boys, back during World War II, superheroes, Vought, Compound V, that all came out of World War II and Vogelbaum, who started as a Nazi scientist, but then came to America during Operation Paperclip and started Vought American, where they started experimenting on Americans creating superheroes the way that you see them in modern day. But during World War II, the Americans also tried to develop their own super soldier serum, their own version of Compound V, and that was Soldier Boy. He was their prototype. But as is the case with a lot of the modern day superheroes, he had no idea how to use his superpowers. He was a terrible superhero. He got his whole squad killed. The Mallory character in the comics also wound up killing him as revenge for getting his squad killed. So the original version of Soldier Boy in the comics dies back during World War II. Then in present day, there's a really awkward, bumbling version of Soldier Boy who's this big suck-up, wants to be on the Seven, does whatever Homelander tells him to do. They have this really, really messed up relationship that the showrunner already said that they're not going to be doing on the TV show. So like they're doing the hero-gasm, you're not going to see that quote-unquote special scene between the modern Soldier Boy and Homelander. They're like, no, we're not going to do that. Let's just say if you thought that Homelander did some messed up sex stuff during Season 2, it gets even crazier during the hero-gasm. It's like the worst nightmare version of Spring Break with superheroes, but the modern day version of the character also winds up leading the Payback team, which winds up being Vought's sort of B team to the Seven. The Seven is still like their biggest team, their biggest money earner for all this merchandise, this big financial empire that they're trying to use these superheroes to create. Remember, the whole twist behind Vought creating superheroes is really just to create these financial empires. So Payback, their version of Marvel's Avengers, is like the B team to the Seven. They're sort of like the feeder team. Like if someone dies on the Seven, usually someone from Payback gets bumped up. But here's what they're doing on the TV show with Jensen Ackles' character. What they're doing is they're sort of combining both the old version and the present day version of Soldier Boy, and it's just going to be one character. He'll start out as the original version created during World War II, and just like Captain America in the Marvel Avengers movies, he's going to survive to present day, just like Stormfront on the TV show was created during World War II, and then just continued to live. Like, she didn't age. She just kept living on till present day, changing her identity. But because the secret of superheroes had been kept up to the events of Season 2, like the public didn't learn about Compound V till Season 2, most people believe that the original Soldier Boy died sometime after World War II, like he grew old and died, so they'll have some backstory for how the new version of Soldier Boy shows up, but it's still the same version. It'll be another lie that Vought perpetrates the same way that they sort of upheld Stormfront's lie, when Giancarlo Esposito's character knew exactly what was going on with her the whole time. They said the reason why they're introducing the Soldier Boy character now, why he's so important for Season 3's storyline, is because they want to get into the origin of superheroes, and they're going to use him to tell that, because he's very literally America's original superhero. Even though Stormfront is technically the first superhero, because she was the test subject, or the first test subject that survived the treatments. Just talking about the costume changes too, obviously they changed it quite a bit from the comic book version of Soldier Boy to make it seem even different from Marvel's version of Captain America, because he does look a lot more like Captain America's colors in the comics, both versions of the character, the one from World War II and the one in present day. The shield does look a little bit more comic book accurate, but I think the reason why they made this green was so that Marvel doesn't have any cause to try and sue them. Like, yes, we know this is a parody of Captain America, but Disney, please don't come sue us. The way the producers and the cast talk about his relationship with Homelander makes it sound like it's going to be kind of antagonistic, because Homelander is obviously very territorial and very insecure, like he's just thirsty for everyone's love and attention. And he's gone even more off the rails than he already was as of the end of Season 2, like just jerking off on top of the Empire State Building, I believe it was. Maybe it was the Chrysler Building, I wasn't quite sure which building that was. Either way, he's just doing whatever the hell he feels like. That's his whole thing. I can do whatever I want, as he just slowly goes mad. So a lot of people, when they heard that Jensen Ackles was going to be this big force during Season 3, they're like, what's going to stop Homelander from just punching his fist through his face on the spot? Like, how does a Captain America level person fight a Homelander level person? Because Homelander is still meant to be the most powerful person on the planet. And in the comics, their version of Soldier Boy is about as strong as Marvel's version of Captain America, like Chris Evans' Captain America, who obviously could not stand toe-to-toe with Thor. Like, he could probably stand his ground for like 5 seconds, but then Thor would just throw him like a rag doll across the battlefield. Like, when Captain America was trying to stop Thanos during Infinity War, like, just for a brief second, he was able to give him pause, but Thanos was so powerful, he was just surprised. That was really what stopped him. It wasn't that Captain America was strong enough to stop him. So the showrunner said their big trick with dealing with this power scaling problem that they have with Homelander, because Homelander's so powerful, he could kill anybody that he wanted to on the spot. The way they said they treat him from a story perspective is that they deal with him in a more psychological way, like characters attack him in a more psychological way. Like, he really doesn't have a kryptonite the way that Superman has a kryptonite, unless you want to think of milk as his kryptonite. So the way they talk about Jensen Ackles' version of Soldier Boy on the TV show, it sounds like he's just going to be waging a psychological war against Homelander, but I'm sure that they will actually come to some kind of blows. Like, there'll be some threat of them actually going at it at some point. But they haven't fully explained what he's going to be doing in present day. Most of what they've been talking about is how they deal with his origin story back during World War II. But you can see how them keeping him alive this whole time since World War II, obviously with the Compound V explainer because it stops you from aging. That's the whole twist with Stormfront at the end of Season 2. The showrunner said that Stormfront is coming back, so everyone post all your Darth Vader jokes. Like, she's basically this burnt piece of toast, but she is still very much alive. They said the way they talked about it in the writer's room is they couldn't imagine a worse punishment for her. Someone who grew up with the ideals that she had, looking like this hideous monster, but she will not die unless Vought allows her to die. And apparently they are definitely not going to let that happen anytime soon. Like, even though they have the teaser at the end of Season 2, where they have that big press conference where they blame everything on Stormfront, she's being held in a facility and she will answer for her crimes. Aya Cash is like, I hope they bring me back, but the showrunner did say, oh no, she's coming back, like she is not dead. She's still very much alive. She's just kind of like a vegetable right now. So I cannot wait to see what they do with her during Season 3. It is going to be messed up, but not quite as messed up as the Hero-gasm. And it won't be exactly like the comic book Hero-gasm. Like, they probably won't go full Monty with it, but it will be crazy. There's obviously so much other stuff that's happening during season 3 though. You have all the stuff that's happening with Victoria Newman and her new agency that's tasked with regulating superheroes, but she herself is secretly a superhero. Huey, thinking that he left the boys because he wanted to get away from that, is actually just rushing right into the belly of the beast. And the whole idea that if Vought is the only source of Compound V and she's a superhero, that means that at some point she would have had to have gotten it from Vought or been associated with Vought. So I do like the theory that she is connected to Stan Edgar, and it's all about his grand plan for getting Vought inside the White House. Victoria Newman on the show is actually based on a comic book character called Vic the Veep because he was the vice president, but he was also a former CEO of Vought before Stan Edgar was. So the TV show is going to be a little bit different, but because of the Easter eggs they're playing with, it just sounds like they're heading to that White House plot by the end of the series. But I don't know if they're going to get there by season 4, season 5, however long the show winds up running. There's a whole bunch of big stuff happening this week. My full Loki Episode 1 video is going to post on Wednesday. Make sure you have alerts enabled so you don't miss any of that. There'll be a couple big trailers. There's lots of rumors about a Spider-Man Far From Home trailer sometime soon. Whatever winds up releasing, of course I'll do videos for everything. I'll put a link for all my videos for the Boys episodes down in the description, but click here for my brand new non-spoilery Loki Episode 1 review video, and click here for that brand new Thor 4 Love and Thunder first look teaser. Thank you so much for watching, everyone stay safe, and I'll see you guys tonight.